About 0.4% higher on the Nifty. That's the Bell, and 25,436. We've got the Nifty Bank, which is starting 0.5% higher. So there's a strong start, 55,700. And mid-cap index about 1/3%. The small-cap index is higher at this point as well. So that is the overall picture. 1,450 stocks are higher. About 1,000 stocks are lower at this point in time. So Nifty heat map quickly gives you a sense of where things lie before we go any further. So how many up and down will come up on your screens. I think IT is opening up in a decent way. You can spot a few of those names right there at the bottom of the screen. Okay, I think...
There's, by the way, while we talk about large caps, look at Urban Company. It's servicing the shareholders very well. 3.5% up again on Urban Company after yesterday's big start. Okay, now it seems to have cooled off. But yeah, maybe we can get the rates from both the exchanges. Yeah, now it's cooling off, 2% on Urban Company. Anyway, large cap, the leadership is all IT. This Fed rate cut has really inspired sentiment, it seems. Infosys, Wipro, HCL Tech. One narrative, remember, is that eventually with lower rates in the US, people will get back to more discretionary spends, the regular spends, even as the AI juggernaut continues along. And that at least sentimentally seems to be helping. So between 1% to 2% up on all large cap IT. Then you have financials which are firing. So, that's turbo engines, twin engines firing, both IT and banks. HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, 0.5% to 0.7% on the higher side. Then what else? There's Eternal, there's ITC from the consumer space. Yesterday, some of the metal stocks were weak. Today, they're at least starting out on an optimistic note. I saw Tata Steel flash by, but it's flattening out now. Reliance is up 0.25%. So that's how we are positioned, at least at this point in time. Sun Pharma, the stock that Sud was talking about with that city positive view, it's starting off with a gain of about 0.5%. Now, on the downside, you've got Hindalco, which is lower. There's Bajaj Finance, SBI Life, State Bank of India itself, which is down about 0.25%. So those are your key losers. Life insurance companies still lower. And there's Apollo Hospitals, Reddy's and Cipla. So healthcare and pharma, not very hot, but IT surely is. Nigel.
Well, that's right. The index that we highlighted in the morning that could potentially react to this Fed rate cut was the IT space. And that, in fact, is the outperformer today. That's up close to 100%. So big move is what we're seeing on that index. The other one that we've spotted earlier this morning was HFCL. And we gave you a hint last evening itself towards the end of trade. That could be one of the stocks that's coming out of the FNO band. So we're seeing some kind of action out there. Volumes as well, rather high on that one. Besides that, IRM Energy, that stock has moved on very, very high volumes. Not sure if there is any news out there, but solid move is what we're seeing on that stock. Big uptake in initial trade itself. A few more notable movers, Cohance, as should be mentioned, I think, that block is out of the way. Stock is down 5%, volumes very, very high. Sometimes it's interesting to see the stock post the block getting out of the way. So let's see whether or not there is some more action. Redington, after a big surge, is still up close to 18% in this week. It's cooling off a breath a little bit this morning, though. A few more notable movers. You have KNR Constructions, unusually high volumes out there. That's up close to 2.5%. Urban Companies holding on to a 2% gain. And Sagility, that's the other stock that's up and about in today's trading session. A quick word on Hindalco. There was a fire at one of their units, at Novelis itself. And the stock is a little under pressure, because the Oswego plant, which is, has a capacity of roughly around 400,000 odd, which will effectively mean close to around 10% of Hindalco's total capacity. And more importantly, bulk of their capacity is toward the automotive space, which is high margin business. So you could expect some pressure for the remainder of this quarter, if in case the plant doesn't reopen. That's a stock to track. Absolutely.
By the way, we are now up a clean 1,000 points. This is the 14th day from that low on the Nifty. 24,400 was the low, and 25,400 is now on the screen. So that's a 1,000-point move. Number one volume-led gainer is Urban Company. It's up back up 4%, so 173 there. Lots of interest, of course. Zentech is coming up as the third largest volume gainer. It's up 5%. Limit up, I think, for the day, 1621 on Zentech. On your screen. And what else? Heritage Foods is up 3%. Ismo is up about 4%. $1,000 on this one. IZMO. Escorts is up 2%. Subros is up 4%. Saregama is up 3%. So yeah, I mean, this is still very early in the morning, but lots of stuff with volumes moving. and moving in a good way. Tega is down about 2.5%. Stocks at about 2,060. But it's up 30% for the year still, although it's just a little bit off the highs, basically. DCM Shriram is coming up with a 3 3/3% of a cut right now, 1335, and Aether is down about 1.5%. MobiKwik is another one which had such a sharp move, so it's coming off a little bit from the highs at this point in time. So that's where we stand.